Hey guys, Gameboy3800 once again, and I have just enough battery life to show you this. I have a whole, I guess you could say, computer loot crate, except it's not loot crate at all. Maybe I should try that, it seems pretty interesting, but whatever, off topic. I have a bunch of computer parts here that I just got from a store that I will not say, but it rhymes with, I don't know what it rhymes with, whatever, it's Interex. I went through Interex. They're a happy sponsor. But I got a few things, so I'm going to show you. A few weeks ago, actually a couple months ago at this point, I got this. It's a cheap $30 board, but I somehow bent the pins on the socket, and it's now a dead board. Where it's going to be a 1155 socket, 2nd gen, and it would have been a nice cheap little build. But instead, that broke. It only would have been capable of 8 gigabytes and 1 video card. Wouldn't have been great, but would have been nice to have it. So first up in the new things today, I got something kind of cheap. This Intel Pentium processor, G3220. I don't know the specs of this. 2 cores, 2 threads, Intel graphics, supports 2-channel DDR3, and it's a 3 gigahertz one. I just found it out right now. I don't even think it has turbo boost. It was only $70, so are you gonna blame it? You shouldn't. Get our trusty razor blade out and break this thing open. It's too big of a razor blade. Thankfully, I'm always somewhat prepared. Somewhat repaired? I don't know, I guess that works too. I don't know anymore. How would you start things open? There we go. So it comes out like this. McAfee, no one likes that. Stock Intel heatsink. I might use this, or I might liquid cool it, because I did get a different board to replace the broken one. That's coming up next. I'll leave the processor in a stink for now so I don't somehow destroy it, because with any luck I'll find a way. Here's the board that it's going to go in. This is the board that I mentioned in my recent update video. I'm just going to open it up and take a look. IO shield, cables, instruction guide. I'll need that for knowing what goes where in terms of front panel connections. And then the board itself is right here. It comes in this anti-static bag, and we're going to be taking it out and probably destroying it in the process with any of my luck. We'll be putting it on the box. I have the audacity to tape this down. Why? Here it is. It's got LGA 1150, so that's good for 4th generation processors, just like our old Pentium here. Support for SLI graphics. I do want to put 2 GTX 275s on here because I have them. 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's only going to be getting 4 for the build. And that's about it. It's nothing too special, just has, well, this is nice. These back 2 SATA ports are facing that way, so it can support longer cards. That's nice of them. Although the second card will be blocking all these panel connections and everything, so gotta be sure to put it in last. I'll put it back in its bag and back in the box, and we'll move not so swiftly on to the next item. Which way did it go? The board was underneath. Thankfully I know my shapes, and this is a square, so it should be fitting okay. Keyword being should. I've probably broken it already. My luck. Or closed and didn't explode, so that's a good sign. Next up is this Thermaltake modular power supply, 750 watts. This will be replacing the 750 watt non-modular power supply in the silver Alienware. I'm not going to be doing a video of that because it'll be super annoying, because that case is really bad to work in. Getting a modular one so that it will have less clutter inside and have maybe, hopefully, slightly better airflow, because as of right now it's got none. Yeah, even though there's two intake fans, two outtake fans, the front fan I have, and the hard drive spot, and all that, it still has virtually no airflow. Power supply cable, all the other cables are in here. Looks like the only things coming out are the 24 pin and the 8 pin for the power adapter, or for the socket. I'll just leave this right in here. It's just a power supply. If you really want to know what a power supply looks like, it looks something like this. This is a 600 watt, but it's not sufficient enough for the GTX 670 I've gotten there, so I need to have the extra power. I think that's almost kind of how it went in, so yay, some sort of success. And it went back in the box without exploding, so that's another good sign. Now here's the new board I got. Yeah, I got two motherboards today. This was a very big bill, I think close to $400. SATA cables, manuals, more SATA cables, ooh, SLI bridge, and even a gigabyte sticker. I've been needing an SLI cable. I already have one, but you can never have too many. Unlike the other board that was a micro ATX, this is a full ATX. So it's a pretty big board, not as big as they could be, but it's not the size that matters, it's how you use it. There, I put in the obligatory dick joke. Are you happy? Still, tape. It's just a bag. Interestingly enough, in the store they had one of these on display. And CPU socket looks something like this board does with all the bad pins. Obviously that's why it's a display. So as you can see here, support for triple SLI. I won't be using that, but you know, expandability. Already has a BIOS battery in it. I think the other one did too, if better, because that was also $130. This was $160. LG 1150, same old stuff. Again, 4 memory slots. This will be having the 16 gigabytes in it. Right now it will have 8 for a start. And yep, audio SPDIF. I think you can plug something in there and give it more power. That's what other gigabyte boards do. Overall, it looks identical to the other case, just slightly bigger. Back into its little baggie. I currently have the SwiftTech H330 liquid cooler ordered and on the way. And I also currently have the case on the way, the NGXT Phantom 630. So they're on the way. I just sworn the gigabyte thing was right here. Whatever, lost forever. That might have been it. And then finally, we get to a case, a mini tower, as the box up here is calling it. Mini tower. So let's see what this not so mini tower has to offer. Why do I know it's not so mini? Because they had a display of this in the store. I like my local Interex that has everything on display. Computers you want to look at? No problem, they're up for display. You want to get a case? It's up for display. You want to get a board? Up for display. Processor? Not so much, but they're in the boxes so you can see what you get. You can see the empty boxes. They look like this, they have them on display. Just the little things, you know. That's what she said. Whatever. So you'd have this on the store. I have 3 minutes of battery life left. I don't think I'm going to make this. So let's actually now be really tasty with this. Without these stupid things on the side. I know they're meant to protect it, but in the end you wish they never existed because styrofoam sucks. On the back, they give you a 120mm fan. On the bottom, they give you a dust filter for the power supply. That's nice. It has nice tall case feet, plastic bit around it. That's nice. Front looks nice. A spot for another 120 at the top. Spot for I think a 90 on the side. I can't get that open. Where did I put my screwdriver? Here it is. One more side screw. And now we're inside. It's got one 120mm fan in the front, one in the back, one more spot for one at the bottom here, and then one at the top here. So, yep. It's a good $60 case. It'll be good for my other board. That's a micro ATX, so that'll be awesome. Thanks, Game Boy Out. This has been a pretty long video. I wish I could make videos longer, but don't worry, that'll happen in a few days when the copyright strike gets taken off. But as for now, I'm limited only by the battery life. So thanks, Game Boy Out. See you next time.